It's Lords.
In this ultimate test.
Been sensational.
Really.
Around the world, wherever you were yesterday, we really did disrupt the pattern. You let Australia get...
Big morning session ahead.
It's this. Explain it very quickly.
A little bit tufty, so I think this Duke...
we talked about what's just about last night. And
Hazelwood and Stark, pressure on them. Because if you don't...
Leads his team out in front there, Richard Illingworth. What is going to happen in front? Remember today, it really could. It's easy.
You think, oh, another warm-up. But it's the batters that are on show.
Try and get himself through, but boy, it was an...
Last word you mutter there is a drive.
It was excellent yesterday how he used it.
Another boundary. Well, this is upsetting. A little bit off sync. Stark maybe, but that was an over South Africa.
Hit that back of a length, but good.
Comfortable, taking a step down. Into
Reminds me of Jacques Callis, who used to have all these...
It was shorter.
about how he was holding the ball.
But that is classy.
His pads went for it. Went for the...
Yeah, it's interesting because 212 isn't any... Just as you'd like his chances.
Just confirm with ultra edge when available, please. Inside edge and a big knot out, one screen.
Smithy, I mean, you just get a feeling around something.
None.
What's written?
And in the end delivered Nout.
To bat. An immediate Temba Bavuma, his reaction. I'm into the commentary box first time today.
From the South African batting stumps.
Ready for this big day?
Australian bowlers, but today they've come out so it's just the intent that changes.
I think that's nice that you can see the coaches seen something that they wanted to
And hardly anyone moved in the middle, and I think that's probably dragged a few more.
fast bowlers, but it was just a wonderful beauty.
But battle that one in your internal.
So well, but to be batters.
We've spoken about it, that franchise.
We had a few to be after each test match. The Sydney change room, you always sit in that back corner, and it's great to see them being led by a fast bowler.
But that's all in around the lefty. For Iron to get keeps it to one. DK, we've spoken to Alex Carey, the wicket keeper, because there's been a
Lords is a very unique place to keep.
We present the gloves and try and
22, 23, so you have that extra 5.
there. Cummins kept it full, attacking shots, very comfortable on the four. Hot tailing it after that one.
45-minute pitch. This is really where this partnership.
And it's very interesting. Yesterday, the glove, that's the key. But because collecting it.
Once down the slope, now up the slope.
This is the skipper. Very important for South Africa. Said. It's a good observation from. defensive shot, you almost want to go towards the ball and come off the slope as well. So at Lord's, the one thing.
Maybe even to finish the day as well. If you go and get one, be quick.
Across a bit with his front foot.
Fantastic. And at the moment, but he's playing a little bit.
What I'm seeing at the moment, I think, comes into play. You're not in the correct position, but just for the surf batters to think, okay.
The protection. 76 for 4. Between Bavuma and Bedding.
The last time I saw
with the bouncer to Bavuma, just cramp him up for that short ball. Almost. There wasn't a lot of footwork, didn't need to be.
That was boundary twice over the...
Especially in England, there'd be a... I think the key to it is you don't want to look... You've got 10 opportunities to get it. Very much weighed in the bowler's favour.
At 2-4 and then a lead.
I've got a wicket, so my body language
and how precise if you go away from that, that's
liver, and then you gather all that detail.
A little bit of first 6
shots today. This has got to be the best one. Pulling him confidently.
So they'll be tuning in. He'll be
A ball test match, hasn't it? And you've got to put that in.
One that Pat Cummins has gone back to there. Oh, and that shot then, but the first hour.
31 deliveries for him to get off. I like sides with the lack of intent, and I think to the 4, and definitely the
Just punching it down the ground.
yeah, good from betting him. He could or should play in with some lots of runs, consistent.
On this captaincy bit, and Bavuma, ultimate test. You want a contact. Positive mindset can do. It helps all. That makes you do things. Blocking.
Right, Robin. It's also from the coaching staff. It's hard. It's just having that intent. Into the attack, Beddingham likes to
Sticks.
10 in the world. Nathan Lyons thinks that yesterday a couple down the wicket a lot. So that I looked at it as the outside edge to T. Smith with the more understanding for a pitch than the others on the team.
Into the cricket, there's many ways to pass.
Try and work out the right length, different.
Pretty well. He's expressing himself a little.
Almost focused on his own game when he initially came. Hundreds. The art of just nudging it, running through, picking up. Captain, especially if you're, and it distracted him from his own game, and it just makes your captaincy form for 74 for 4.
When he bowls over the wicket, and Nathan Lyons, he does that very well in Australia.
Bit length. Asking Steve Smith wanted to go upstairs, and
85.
off spin would drop.
94 for 4. Your parks around Regent's Park, not far. You can come in from all over the country. And
Front of the wicket, Labuschagne, who's a fantastic.
I think he was a little over anxious there. Not
Almost back himself to take on after he had to.
there's a passage of play where wickets don't immediately. But good sharp catch.
Brilliant technique.
$94 for 5.
This season and towards the end of last season.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful, Gaza. Get it, Hitty.
To give control. We won't.
Oh. Come on, Gaza. Come, boys.
So far.
Oh, that's fun.
You're going to battle to rotate striker.
Still 94 for 5.
Going to be, it seems, a low-scoring one.
Down.
Just lost a little bit of their back.
It's there, or with a new player on.
Just before be in the game.
Yeah,
Right, Gaza.
the outside edge.
Oh.
Crucial to this part of the exercise.
Yeah, it was on the press conference. Steve Smith.
Oh.
A little bit. And Steve Smith, his rational case around it. I always used to find Smithy and Broad their own.
Janssen. Said camera for this ultimate test match. No, just stay away from me.
Ecology of the Australian.
Catch, etc. But he said, my
Fully professional, and thank goodness
So what you're saying is you do that
they cover the new ball.
Missed many feeds, have you? You know, saved him on that occasion. South Africa, and they'll be happy.
sport home change room is often.
It's a really. So one more be wider.
Up to the rot, so to speak. 101 for 5.
Webster.
Well, who's like a holding pattern, someone like him bowl to you? Be sure that your awareness around who
Just overstepped. Time to bring him into the attack, because some players would say, well, it doesn't matter if you've got 10 minutes.
Travis Head getting out just before the lunch.
Off of that one, Marnus, to be fair.
Overs under their belt.
She's got to weigh that up. Fumble there from Australia, who
It makes the outfield so fast. So I've played right on the edge.
bunch, and Ian Bishop will be hosting. Effectively what it does, getting him who may well have been to Webster. Hello, hello. What a nice statement just prior to.
There. It's actually.
No, he ended yesterday with 2 boundaries, very identical fashion. 10 from that last.
521, trailing by the session here on day 2.
You will lose 1 wicket in the session of those last 2 boundaries.
41, folks. We're used to seeing strike.
Great South African cricketer replaces another.
Certainly a fantastic venue.
What have you
Making their way back into this test match.
Your version of intent.
Leaving with a touch more. You've got to hit it with power.
Really, where it was pressure back on the Australian bowling unit. Mine will most definitely.
Years or so.
Australia has to be there. This effort that we saw Pat Cummins, tricky.
Agree with me as well as you, Nasser. When
inductees in the Hall of Fame.
Smith, who I played a lot of cricket with. Yeah, that's it. You know, I've never been.
It should be a dead ball. It is a.
Ball's clear gap between bats and ball. Impact in line, and wickets is overturned.
Out. Umpire's decision, not out. Coming off the turf. Watch this. Coming to do so.
Well, live. You think back to that
In the air.
incredibly special passage of play here, and then this one into the wicket and they get real. These backed, excellent piece of bowling.
The backside in an over as a bowler. Lords, no wickets.
Listen, hold on. Crucial wicket, mainly because he.
What have they had for lunch?
And I think you're Raj on strike, but I think for betting
We will let you go. Many congratulations.
Speak about Hashim Amla, speak about.
And the type of Taj gets out, then there's an with RCB to just hold the position.
The captain to do it was Dan Invitori, 2000.
There's a small little delay because of rain.
It's 130 for 7.
It's an interesting end for Nathan Lyons. Off stump and tempting the batters into driving as well.
Catch it.
And
This is great.
Over 550.
And we'll find.
Yep, exactly what DK was saying. You want to try and get 20, 30, 40.
Foul.
Both wickets taken. It's the first time.
The field making it look like a bouncer. Simple carry. South Africa tottering at 135. What we see is the result of some.
And the short ball could be around the corner. Is good.
About the high quality that Pat Cummins was bowling, but he wasn't.
No respite.
Close as they can. It's not concede because he can understand.
Sportsmanship, nice to knock him on the helmet.
And that's the one thing I figured out playing with.
To hurry. Taking that second run.
Thank you.
You could see it. So well shot of his Ngidi. Number 8.
Lovely day so far. South Africa.
Brilliant. The field was it.
Yes, and what a quick end. And he's taken his 3 at the home of cricket.
And in the recent past, what a leader as well. Championship. And now.
Unfortunately for South Africa.
It's by a captain. 6 for 28.
Love about him is that in between taking is something quite special.
Hey, what do they got to do right now?
You would think that you'd have to make this new ball count.
Perhaps
what they need is Rabada and Janssen to line when you're behind the game. The thing you want now is a nick that goes through thirds.
Ready.
Oh! Yes.
But the more you look at that,
And Klerksdorp, wasn't it? South African opportunity today. First time up.
Yes,
7 off the first over. 7 overs, South Africa. Therein lies a little, not long ago.
Oh, if they can get off to a positive start, get some runs.
Here, they will feed off body language. He'll be watching it.
Smith, South Africa versus.
Mind seeing that just about.
For Aussie too. No, Australia.
Series where he was leading run scorer.
Because
he's been on the leg side.
Wait on!
Asked what makes Australia.
Careful, Tim, right?
we gave it.
Who's the go-to in the team to drive that energy?
That energy. As well.
Yes.
Have to use Janssen and Rabada. 11
Too quickly these days. And they're behind, but it's reflect roll. And now plus. Back for a second run. That well, did have a very brief.
For the South Africans is getting that.
Gonna need more from.
Gidi didn't look his best in the.
They were outstanding.
Board. Where he was leading run scorer for the Aussies.
It's a game. Pat Cummins. Ask the question of all those involved.
If it rolling through, please.
On. Maybe
In the back of their mind that you
fielders.
is
Yeah, NASA becomes a tough one. They're kind of disappointed. You start to have Cummins and Lyon. Good. It's a fleet by Lavashane. And this is the second one. He's been waiting, knows the ball's going to shape back at him slightly.
Play as much height without swing. He's ball can start to swing it.
Again.
No.
A slightly horizontal bet. Inside edge.
Waiting.
They've not opened together in to be busier. Obviously burst on. Oh, and this has done a mile down. Well, we've been very lucky in the last. Bavuma realised he was. And then says, no, I'm not going to come around. And hasn't got any quicker. Down the
I think that'll be an individual mindset from him.
He had his favourite bat that is. Retired, which is the one edged and talking a great fast box over. Once again he catches and South Africa were deaf one. He was dismissed in the first innings, but
So he's worried about something.
Outstanding. He's jing again down the pitch.
Green in 1 over in the first innings.
Because Rabada
Use of the feet from Cambria. No, he doesn't.
Proved dividends.
Man who comes in under pressure from pitch first innings. So
Disappointed he had been hit on his way.
I think you get him, you're back in the game. Stuart, you'd have enjoyed the two. Nine for 7 on these wickets.
We saw in the rankings
For 6, caught behind off Rabada.
it's in short succession. Given to Ngidi will have a big job to do in the mission of 17 runs.
Being played, a lot of tourists who come in.
Marnus Labuschagne delivery found that feather through to contribute with an injury. He's into his 8th over and 3 wickets now down for
To the wicket keeper is when you go to his dismiss patterns of his footwork. Ball. He's got his little shuffle back, and then he doesn't go any farther. And he was nowhere near the ball, too dry.
Too high. Process hasn't been great so far.
Fair delivery. Pitching outside.
Smith, a player who scored so many runs in Big D's man. Smith departs.
Is this the moment that's going to...
This final, the game, and this is where South Africa will be.
Who's got Stephen Smith, but most importantly, is a
bit more on it. He doesn't get strangled down the 4 for 4.
just went straight with the arm.
Ahead of that magnificent different spells.
Shots, continuing in that.
Tigonito played with Sussex. From the nursery end.
Bowler's feet checked, it's there. Let's just confirm with all tread. Keep it rolling through, please.
Delivery from Rabada, and they didn't go. That is the question. He got a start in the first innings. Collapse for Australia. They lost.
Or passages of play felt like I was overly aggressive.
Through him. The support from the.
It is quite magnificent. He rips one past the ins only. Hilbix for 6 and head gone for.
Second session on day 1. And now South Africa. He's coming off a high, but that is with the. And why wouldn't he?
Split screen. Pitching outside off, impact out.
Reporting this. Some of that's happened. DK here.
There's
Put him under pressure before you bowl the full. The defense's attack. And as you can see this, and this is if your bowler is bowling.
for 4, went for 2.
Fuller and wider delivery. Spearing it into that sort of Pat Cummins fresh off a.
They are in fine. Last 2 years, coming up with an answer here as to.
And what a match we have, but my word, they've made a fight of it.
Deliveries from bowlers in the good.
And I think they've targeted the stumps a lot. Plenty of inside edges. Going 10 makes it 165. Experienced him.
For the neck now, your bowlers around.